There's an inspirational quote or meme on the internet that goes a little something like this. Always be yourself. Unless you can be Batman, then always be Batman. Now, as much fun as it might be to always be Batman, this quote got me thinking, is he really someone we should aspire to be like? Sure, he saves lives, but he also brutalizes his victims. If there was a real-life Batman, he wouldn't be a hero. He'd be a criminal. Now, my research isn't specific to Batman, but rather to a slightly larger body of popular or pop fiction texts. What fascinates me about pop fiction is its capacity to disseminate thematic, ideological, and philosophical concepts to an incredibly large audience. And this led to my research question. If pop fiction is being consumed by such a large audience, then what concepts of ethics and morality are being demonstrated, critically considered, and thus packaged and sold to that audience? Now, the harsh reality is that not all pop fiction is created equal, and therefore not all of it is conducive to a critical analysis of morality. Oftentimes, good and evil are simply terms used to distinguish between who the audience should cheer for and who they shouldn't. But some pop fiction goes deeper than this and uses the terminology of good and evil while simultaneously calling into question how we define these terms and what they say about us as a society and a culture. Ultimately, this is what is of crucial importance to my research. How do pop fiction texts confront us with our morality and allow us an avenue for self-exploration? To perform this investigation, I have selected texts from a variety of print and visual mediums. By conducting a critical literary analysis focusing on characterization, character development, plot, and visual and verbal imagery, I'm uncovering a pattern of depicting morality as fluid and constructed, as opposed to an objective truth. For example, in my examination of vigilantes in pop fiction, like Batman, I'm finding that these texts blur the line between the vigilante as a social boon and a social disease. Vigilantism is depicted as a sacrifice of your position within society precisely because of the ways in which it diverges from social mores. The option to return to moral equilibrium with society is withheld or rejected. This is because as much social benefit as vigilantes provide, measurable in lives saved or criminals brought to justice, they very rarely solve the problem, but instead perpetuate the conditions necessitating their existence. As the audience, we become trapped in the struggle between the boon and the disease. Morally, we may recognize that Batman is not the solution, but texts about vigilantes allow us a way to express our own moral struggles. Therefore, I'm finding these texts function as mirrors of our society and culture. They contribute to our ongoing conversations about good and evil, right and wrong. Thank you.